Hey guys, John with Phone Opinion with a review of the Spigen Slim Armor case for the Galaxy Note 3. The case is made of a hard, high-gloss plastic, so in hand it would feel similar to, say, holding onto a Note 2 or the S4. Up on top, on the bottom, and the inside, it's got this hard rubber material. So inside of the case itself, there's no real protective material, no kind of a felt lining or anything as far as a real shock absorption material other than the hard plastic and just this thin rubber film. Comparing it to, say, holding on to the phone itself, the faux leather cover on the back here is not as slippery as this, but there's not a huge difference between the two. If you were to buy a black one of these, though, just be advised with this high gloss finish, it is an absolute fingerprint magnet, so you can't tell with the white one, but with a darker color, it would be an issue. As far as adding any kind of thickness to the phone, it is quite a bit thicker. I'd say probably almost double of what the phone itself is. So if you're looking for a real slim case, you might want to look elsewhere, but if you're looking for protection, it doesn't get to the point of being obnoxious. One thing I wanted to point out, if you watch my review of the Note 3, one of my complaints was the volume rocker button here, no separation between it, so if you weren't looking and you just put your thumb on it, you couldn't really tell if you were at the top or bottom. So if you say you want to turn the volume down, a lot of times I find myself turning it up instead of down and vice versa. They did add to the case a notch right in the middle here, so when you put your thumb on it, you can get a better feel where it's at, so you know that you're on the right end as far as adjusting the volume. So that is a nice little feature there, a nice addition. All the holes all line up or in the right place as far as that goes. And when you put it in the case, everything fits real well. Just pops in real easy, and everything lines up real nice. So it is a nice fitting case. And probably the most important thing is how easy is it to get the S Pen in and out. And it doesn't add much of a problem at all. If you have real big hands, you might find yourself with an issue, but for someone with smaller hands or even regular, size hands, it goes in and out with no problem. One thing I did want to point out as far as your chargers. With this protection here, the phone sits in there quite a ways in. The stock, the charger that comes with it from Samsung, there's absolutely no issue. It fits in there real nice, plugs right in, no problem at all. Goes in there real good. But if you have some aftermarket ones, like I do for my car, I'll show you here. It's quite a bit thicker than the one offered by Samsung. So when you go to plug it in, it'll feel like it's in all the way, but it's not necessarily in. You really got to push it in, and you can see it kind of bends the rubber in a little bit trying to get it in all the way. So a lot of times when you think your phone's charging and you look down and say, well, geez, it's not in that far enough. So that's something you want to keep in mind. If you already have a bunch of cables that are real thick like this one, then it could be an issue. Or if you don't and you buy the case, you'll just want to be careful when you're shopping around that you don't get one of these chargers with a real thick base on it here. So in hand, it does add some girth to the phone. It's heavier and it is thicker, but it's not to the point of being obnoxious. It's already a big phone to begin with, so I mean, for anybody who chooses a phone of this size, it doesn't make it to the point where it's ridiculous. It's slipperier a little, like I said, a little bit, but not real bad. Like I said, all the holes, everything line up real good. And the camera, I took a few sample shots with the camera, and it works just as well as it does without the case on it, so it doesn't cause any issue there. And protection-wise, again, it's going to do a good job for if you just get up and drop it on the floor or whatever. If you were to do what some of these crazy guys do and drop it off the roof of their house or something like that, yeah, you're asking for trouble. But who's going to be dropping their phone off the roof of their house on a regular basis? So it does have a lip here on the front, which helps protect it when you set it down. I'd say it reminds me of probably the most of like an OtterBox commuter series as far as the way it's designed and works with the phone, which I happen to like those because the ones that offer more protection, they cover up all the holes with these flaps and stuff. You got to pull them off, and eventually the things break off, and and you got a case that looks kind of like crap. So the holes are already here, and like I said, everything lines up real nice. And the contrasting colors with the black and the white, I think, look pretty good. So as far as price, Spigen has a store on Amazon. I've seen this case, I believe, and of course double check it, but I believe it was $19.99 on the Amazon store, and then online on other sites it was $29.99. So for $19.99, if you can find it on Amazon, that's a pretty good price for this case, for the amount of protection it offers and the way it looks. I'm not one for the look of like the cases that like cover it up like a folding notebook or something like that. If that's the look you're looking for, obviously you're not going to get it here. But if you're looking for a more rugged, everyday look, then this case does provide that look for you. So, my opinion, yeah, I like the case. It's protective, it's affordable, and it looks good. So, hey, this is John from Phone Opinion. If you like my video, hey, take the time to give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.